My name is Caroline Poynton, Poynton, from Manchester, Bury, instead of Berry. I am commenting on Dan Watts today on his YouTube channel, today on my own channel. I'm not copywriting, I'm paying fucking attention. Because anything happens to Rupert Low, and this is on Nigel Farage's head, and anyone else like Paul Thorne and flipping Richard and the rest of them, it's on their heads. Look, Avance UK have been humiliated by the fucking loony party. Well, I hope the loony party come and join Rupert Low and let's get loonier. Because at least
inquiry independently.
because I was going to say, Dan, what's on a second before you start.
It really does.
Because at least the loony party give it that face with that pig face. I swear, I don't even know who the loony party are. But I mean, I have to give it something with that thing that guy had on his nose. Fucking pig nose. The Muslims won't like that because they don't like pigs, do they? At least that's giving me one laugh of the day. If I want to cry, I feel like I want to cry about it all, but there's no point crying, so at least that's giving me one laugh of the day.
It really does seem like the establishment right-wing media and Reform UK are terrified, though.
And listen to what he says about the grooming gangs, and I've said this already about Nigel Farage. He was the one that promised it, and he was the one that failed it. Why did he back down to doing the grooming gang scandal? Why? Because the only thing I could see why is because he's in Starmer's book. It's two-tier Keir, now two-tier Nigel Farage. Pedo Keir Starmer and pedo Nigel Farage. They're in the same books. And Nigel Farage shook Keir Starmer's hand as well. He shook a pedo's hand, Nigel Farage. So it means he's in there with it. He's a fucking pedo.
Rupert Low and Restore Britain and everything that he's doing, we see constant propaganda coming, especially from GB News and Talk TV. But I do wonder if today they have gone too far. Because
if anything happens
Jeremy
to
Kyle
Rupert Low,
show, the
they're going to be held
breakfast show
accountable
on Talk TV,
I mean it.
appeared to engineer some type of
They're
hit
messing with
piece
it.
against Rupert Low, not for the launch.
If anything happens to Rupert Low, I hope they know that they're messing with God. I hope they know that God is spiritually gone into Rupert Low. And God is within Rupert Low now. And if they do anything to Rupert Low, they're hurting God. They'll be shutting the door on God. Once they shut the door, like I've said before, on God, God can't help you, and they'll go to the poltergeist, the devil, for themselves. Nigel Farage is going with Keir Starmer. Down, down, down.
Is Restore Britain political party, but instead the rape gang inquiry.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a very odd thing to do, in my view.
Yep.
Given, let's just remember the background for a moment. It was Nigel Farage that initially promised to launch the rape gang
and
inquiry.
He never dealt with it.
He failed to do so.
Yep. Why?
And so once Rupert had split from the party, he came in and said, well, I'm going to do it.
Why did Nigel Farage fail it?
It was interesting to
he's a
see
fucking pedo.
on TV this morning, now a member of Reform UK, said, oh, we'll do it once we're
Nigel Farage is a fucking paedophile, just the same as Starmer. So I'll tell you now, anybody that's voting for Keir Starmer now, obviously this is why the Muslims have jumped ship and gone to the Greens, because they don't want to be associated with Keir Starmer, the pedo. Anybody that's voting for Keir Starmer is in the pedo gang with Keir Starmer. Anyone voting now for fucking reform is now in the pedo gang with Nigel Farage. Pedos together. Fuck off. Pedos together. Well, this is why I've been angry with Nigel Farage. This is why I put him in the pedo category, and I have every fucking right to. And I'm not going to take my statement back about Nigel Farage. Not whatsoever. Because I am correct. Yeah, I am. Well, it's Nigel that got basically failed with it because he didn't do it what I said which is why Keir Starmer and the Labour Party don't have to do a proper national inquiry about it. Why would Nigel do that? What's he lying about? What's he hiding? So therefore, he's a fucking pedo. That's what he's hiding. Yeah, pedo he is. He's in the fucking vault. Well, he must be.
Some type of hit piece against Rupert Low, not for the launch of his Restore Britain political party, but instead the rape gang inquiry.
And I hope that, I'm not being funny, but I hope that the Green Party, right, regarding if it's Pakistani people or Muslims or whatever, I hope that them people have some sort of common sense and think, look, we want rid of them people that are doing that. We're not talking everyone, but they might not be talking everyone. They might not be quite agreeing with what Rupert Low's saying, but Rupert Low is an innocent, not corrupted man. Right? And regarding if whatever, he's trying to deal with this so that the other people that are Muslims maybe can live in peace for themselves as well as the English people. You know, maybe that needs, that one thing, it needs sorting out because it's tearing everything apart. And Rupert Low is trying to do that. And Nigel Farage is the one that failed. So with the Green Party, have got anybody to go against, they need to go against Nigel Farage, not Rupert Low. These Muslim people, they need to be going against Nigel Farage. They need to be attacking Nigel Farage, not Rupert Low, because they'll be attacking an innocent man. If anybody attacks Rupert Low, they will be attacking God, Jesus. And let me tell you, I don't care who they are, what race they are, what religion they are, to attack God and Jesus, they will be attacked back by the devil. The devil will come for them.
Very odd thing to do, in my view. Given, let's just remember the background for a moment. It was Nigel Farage that initially promised to launch the rape gang inquiry independently. He failed to do so, and so once Rupert had split from the party, he came in and said, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to raise the money to do it. It was interesting to see Robert Jenrick on Talk TV this morning, now a member of Reform UK, saying, oh, well, we'll do it once we're in government.
No,
Rupert's already
don't care. He's already done it. Don't need to do shit for himself.
It's not just the usual suspects who are noticing this. I mean, we saw John Cleese, the hard leftist, back Rupert Low on this. And overnight, Bear Grylls.
And unfortunately, he's going to have...
big celebrity.
Unfortunately, I was going to say, he's also going to have Donald Trump because of the Epstein files. And he's also going to have Elon Musk and a lot of people from America backing him up because of the Epstein files. So Rupert Low is not... Obviously, he's nothing to do with the Epstein files with Rupert Low. Right? He's not in America. Yeah, if he was in America, he would be dealing with that. So he's in England and he's dealing with something that needs dealing with. If the Muslims like it or not, right, it needs dealing with. And Rupert Low has not said anything to no Muslims, no one's race, no one's colour. He's not offended anyone. And he's definitely not offending anyone. And if they think it's offensive to deal with crime, right, then they're the ones that have got a problem. No one else. Nigel Farage is a fucking pedo. Let's get this right to the Muslims or anyone else out there, the fucking Paul Fawn and fucking Richard whatever, Hillman and fucking Tommy Robinson and the rest of them, Talk TV and all of them, that June Slater, you're voting for a pedo, love. You're a fucking wrong one like them. Just because you're a woman, don't make you not a wrong one. You're voting for pedos, you are in the pedo gang. End of. And for that, as an English white woman, because we'll be bringing the death penalty back, I have a right to chop their heads off anybody that does anything to Rupert Low.
Has decided to back Rupert Low too. That was after he posted this shocking testimony from a rape gang survivor, which read, it was all of the white girls in every home that I went to, and I mean I've seen girls locked. I remember a man opening the back of a van and I saw maybe 15 to 20 girls locked in dog cages, looked like they were on drugs. And Bear Grylls replied saying, is this really happening in our country? Surely the police are onto this now.
No, they're not.
Well, I wish they were.
Like the fucking
so
them.
It seems like a very odd thing for Talk TV to decide to go after
Rupert Low.
Rupert Low
because
for
they're
the
dealing
rape
with the
gang
rape
inquiry.
gangs because they're
But in an
involved.
investigation
Well,
by
Conservatives were
Samara
involved with the
Gill
rape gangs just as much as Starmer.
on air
This
this
is what I'm
morning, that is
saying.
exactly
This
what
is
happened. I will
I'm
point
going to
out,
say, I'm
though,
sorry, but this is what I've been
since
saying.
this broadcast, they have now
What I've been saying is that they're now making Keir Starmer look like a fucking angel now. Keir Starmer's an angel compared to Nigel Farage now. Well, he's fucking starting to be one, isn't he? The fuck does Nigel Farage think he is?
But in an investigation
I'll
by
I'll
Samara
chop his head
Gill
off, like I've said. He's a pedo.
on air this morning, that is exactly what happened. I will point out, though,
to pedos.
since this
By the
broadcast,
right,
they
as an
have
English lady,
now
to chop his head off.
deleted this report from their social media
Why have they
feeds
deleted it?
after a massive
Why have they got to delete
backlash.
stuff?
Watch this.
Because why are they deleting stuff now, eh? Because they don't want to be caught out.
Element to see me and my nan
Can't
and
delete
a few other of my
anything.
family members,
Fuck
and we were
off.
expecting some light to come from it for me mum's story. We were expecting a bit more exposure,
Keir
obviously.
Starmer's telling the
And
truth
obviously
when
we
he's
thought he was
talking
going
about
to do
Nigel
something. No,
Farage.
I know he's not the police, he's not the CPS, he can't
The only time he's
arrest
telling
me
the
now,
truth
do what them
is
type
when
of
he's
things.
talking
But
about
from
Nigel
what I've seen
Farage.
online, it seems to me that all the stuff that's going on
And
now,
I'm going to be looking to see.
I respect
I
the
am.
rape
I'm
gang
going
inquiry.
to be
I do
going
respect
through
it because
some
at
of
the
the
same time,
videos
it might not be me
with
or
the
people.
Parliament and exactly what Keir Starmer. I'm going to be going some old videos about what Keir Starmer has been saying about Nigel Farage, because I actually I'm going to find the truth about exactly what he has actually been saying. It's the only time Keir Starmer's been telling the truth. Every other time he's lied about everything, but one thing he's been telling the truth about, but because it's like I've said already in the other videos, is because Keir Starmer's lied that much, who would believe him when he was saying things about Nigel Farage? Right, well, I actually believe Keir Starmer because I'm not a fucking knobhead. I see through things. I'm more intelligent than any of them ever realise. And I see Keir Starmer, everything he says about Nigel Farage is quite true. And I want to see what he says and pick out exactly what he's saying about Nigel Farage. I'm going to put it together, and that's going to prove that he's a fucking pedo, Nigel Farage, just as much as Keir Starmer. I have been saying about Keir Starmer, if he's got any sort of fucking anything, we know he's the fucking poltergeist. Poltergeist don't have much, right? He won't give back anything, he pulls you down. But he might give back a little bit of something. I'm thinking, well, Keir Starmer, you're going down, down, down. Yeah, you're going down in history, mate. You might as well go down in history with a bang and take Nigel Farage with him.
But to me, it's like you're doing it for votes, and I aren't interested in that. I don't associate with any of that.
Well, neither do I, mate. I think you're just lying as well, part of it. I don't know, mate.
Votes, I won't be involved in it at all.
A brave young man. The clamour for a national rape inquiry continues.
No,
Can I
it's
just
you're lying. You're all lying.
Who actually
has
pissed him off.
independently done.
Maybe because he lied.
Rupert Low actually didn't. Rupert Low ghosted him, which is very interesting information.
Yeah, whatever,
Rupert
love.
Low was setting up his own independent.
Well, apparently he brushed him off. Rupert Low made them come down there, take photos with him, and then Rupert Low never contacted them again. Now, this is all alleged. We're gonna obviously.
We'll put that to Rupert Low. He can come and have that.
But shows you a little bit of behind the scenes, maybe, of just how optically illusionary some of these sort of grooming gangs.
The reason is because Rupert
So I'm
Low's
sorry, I don't like doing this, but that was terrible reporting.
Yeah.
Terrible
And
journalism.
she's not even English. She's new
And
from wherever
in
she
their
fuck
desire
off.
to
She's not
try and
British,
bring down
English.
Rupert Low and restore Britain
Oh,
using
she's
the rape
speaking
gang
out for anybody. She's not even
inquiry,
British.
Talk TV hadn't checked their facts.
She's not from New
And
Zealand.
my understanding is that the initial report was complete
Wherever she's
bullshit.
meant to be from.
The person who was being interviewed had been invited to participate in the rape gang
And they
inquiry
lied, you see.
and refused to engage.
Yeah, because they were on Nigel
Talk TV,
Farage's
my
side,
belief is that they did
pedo
not
side, more
even
than
bother
anything else.
going to restore Britain or the rape gang inquiry.
There you go.
For a
They
comment
didn't
or to
go.
find out the truth. And so, after being threatened with legal action, have now been forced to take down the erroneous report, which suggests they were not prepared to defend it in court if that had been necessary.
So they've took it down, so they were lying then.
I think it really does show
See,
that
they've been caught lying, mate, for being pedos.
which are
pedos.
continuing to find ways
Keir
to try and
Starmer's
attack
throwing him
Rupert
under the
Low,
bus, you
attack
see.
Restore Britain. We saw it
Keir
with Low
Starmer will
behind them
throw
as
Nigel
neo-Nazi
Farage under the
claim
bus.
on GB News.
He
And now
doesn't
we've seen
care.
it with this false reporting
He
on
doesn't
Talk
even
TV
care
today.
about Rupert
To
fucking
my
Low.
superstar panel, the
But I
independent
think
journalists Lee
he's
Harris
got a
and
little
Emma
bit of
Dunwell,
more of a
East
soft
Street.
spot
So,
for Rupert Low
Emma,
than he
I'm
has for
sorry,
Nigel
this is a
Farage.
really
He
bad
don't
look.
like Rupert Low, but he can't stand
TV.
Nigel Farage.
We are on a
That's the
mission
difference.
to
If
700,000 subscribers. So
he
I need
he
you to
don't
just
like
follow me
Rupert Low,
right
but
now.
because
It's free.
that
It is easy. It is
Keir
simple.
Starmer, what I've been saying, Keir
Just hit
Starmer
that
has not got
subscribe
nothing
button
on Rupert
YouTube.
Low.
That's
Keir
because
Starmer
if
is
you're
the
watching
devil,
this video,
and he's going to be looking at God right in the eyes. He's going to be face to face, looking in God's eyes, Keir Starmer, and he cannot win.
Yeah, no, it's
The
not
bad
good.
person, the devil won't win when God takes back over.
Alex Phillips was blowing up,
God
Young
will
Bob
win.
and Charlie Downs
God
once again
always
over
wins the devil.
The war going on between Reform and Restore.
But we have to let God in
if you
to
want
win
to
the
back
devil.
for one political
If we don't
party,
let God
fine,
in,
but
then
you
God
should be
can't
clear
win
on
the
that.
devil.
And I'm getting a bit tired of
Yeah.
Talk TV
Yeah,
just trying
so
to
am I.
pretend that they're not just
And they took
complete
Mike
shields
Graham
for
off air as well, and I'm sick of
to
it
the
now.
point of one of their hosts getting
And
really
that-
erratic and emotional at a 17-year-old
Boy,
lad. Let's remember,
and then he's been
was
attacked.
17, and she got so emotional, so erratic. And then yeah, obviously we've had Layla's.
And then
change with
then
the
him Bob got
neo-Nazi
attacked.
backlash
There you
caused
go. You're talking
massive
about Alex
ongoing
Phillips.
backlash, not only
Say a
locally,
fucking
but
name,
online
the
as
bitch.
well. The voting base.
There, yeah.
Voting
And then
bases
young
are
Bob went
going
and
at
got
each other
attacked
now.
after that.
So this
So
is
that's
doing
Alex Phillips'
no
fault.
one any good.
And
then
Nigel
if you actually
Farage.
look at the
They
core
should be
of it,
holding
what are
responsible
these,
for that.
If you look at Talk TV and GB News,
No,
what
all
they
right, they
actually
didn't do the
originally
kicking on
thought, they
him,
were
but
supposed
they're
to
just as
offer
they're
a
guilty
fair
as
platform
association
for
with it.
right-leaning voices.
Yes.
They cause violence
But
upon
now
somebody.
they're not doing that anymore. They're not doing
Exactly.
Regarding a
Like,
Keir
I was
Starmer like
absolutely
someone up. Keir
fundamental in
Starmer
the
don't like
establishment of
anyone.
GB News. I
And
don't
he
think
don't
anyone
care
denies
because he's
that.
not
I was
he's not
the
involved
second
anymore.
presenter
Keir
announced
Starmer's gone.
to
He's
go to the
gone.
station after
He's not
Andrew
involved.
Neil, and I was the first regular show hosted on
This
the
is why
station
I'm
again
saying I'm
after
not
Andrew
angry with
Neil's
Keir
launch
Starmer no more. I'm
show.
angry with
And
fucking Tommy
it was
Robson and the rest of them.
absolutely clear to me,
Because they've
as a
stabbed
launch presenter,
Rupert
that
Low
GB
in the
News was
back.
not going to support any political party. You remember at
And
the
I'm
launch of
supporting
GB
Rupert
News,
Low all the way.
the Conservatives
All
were
the
in
fucking
power
way.
and Boris Johnson was doing crazy stuff in terms of COVID and lockdowns, and I challenged that from day one. But I also gave a platform to Nigel Farage before anyone, but we were never going to take a side. And it was the same thing at Talk
And you give
TV,
a
actually. We were
platform
very
to-
independent, so I'm sad to see what's happening, Lee.
To June and
I know you love these
you had
channels,
Alex
Lee,
Phillips
you've
on the
always been
show.
very supportive, including when I was at GB
And I
News.
changed my mind about
I do
them.
appreciate that, but I
And,
think the
and to
problem
be honest,
that
I
have,
started
Lee, is
slowly
that I
changing my
know
mind. And now
a
they've
lot
made
of
me change my mind
examples
completely
of
about the
GB
lot
News
of them.
presenters, but let's
I
stick
will
to
not
TV
fucking
here,
change
because
my
they're the
mind
ones who've
about
done
calling
this
them all
investigation.
pedos. They
have been
are
sending lots of messages
voting for
behind the
another
scenes
fucking
to Restore
paedophile.
Britain people saying you're making a big
They're in the
mistake.
fucking
You
pedo
should
gangs,
stick
all
with
of them.
Reform UK.
You
And I
stand with a
don't understand
paedophile
why
when you're in their gang.
presenters who pretend to be independent on air should be acting as party operatives behind the scenes. I think it's
Like I say, the only person
disingenuous. I
that's
think
not
you need to be
corrupted.
honest with
The
your
only
audience.
person that's not corrupted in the
Yeah,
world.
definitely.
Let's say in the world, it's not just in England.
With regards to Talk TV,
And Rupert Low, like I've been saying, he's going to sort the world out. Rupert Low is... The Muslims need to leave Rupert Low alone. Because I'll tell you what, right, Rupert Low is the only uncorrupted person in the world. He's not just for England. He's in the world. Rupert Low... Donald Trump is more corrupted than Rupert Low. Rupert Low is going to leave the best legacy behind. The best. He's going to be the best Prime Minister England have ever had. And that, I mean, if they want to criticise that, the rest of the world, that is wrong. The Bible says you're not permitted to harm your enemy. You don't need to harm your enemy. Rupert Low's not the enemy. Rupert Low isn't the enemy to the Muslims or anyone. The enemies are these fucking paedophiles that are causing this on people. On Pakistani, on Muslims, on the English, on the rest of the world, on all of the world, they're causing this. And when Rupert Low takes over England, he's one of the most uncorrupted people we're ever going to have. which hopefully, I'm hoping that will rub off on some part of the rest of the world as well. So everybody else can get their countries back and the rest of the world can get on with things without warring, without killing people. Because I'm sure that's not what everybody wants to be doing. I'm sure that's not what fucking Saudi Arabia want. And I don't want that for Palestine. I'm not on Palestine's side, I'm not in Israel's side. I just don't want to see any of that. That's disgusting. I don't want to see women and children being hurt in any part of the world, regarding if I'm white and English and they're a Muslim. Just because a lady's a Muslim, do you think I want to see a woman being hurt? Or children or animals? No, that's not the way the world has been brought to be. No. And Rupert Low is the best person that's going to actually take over England, and he's going to be the best person for the world, for the whole world. Not just for England, he's going to do it for the world as well. He's going to change the way the world is going to see things and be without all these corruptions. He's going to uncorrupt everything. He's going to bring, he's better than Donald Trump will ever be. Rupert Low is going to be better than Donald Trump, because Rupert Low won't flip-flop and change his mind.
The last thing I heard, it was still up.
Because he hasn't done anything wrong.
Well, rightly so, if they've got their facts straight. You know, anyone can do an interview, just say whatever they like, and if they're going to present that without doing their research, that's very bad form. I will stand up a little bit for GB News with regards to what was just said about the Roadgate inquiry.
If they want people to attack, they need to attack the right people. Well, we need to start getting this right. If they want to attack people, they need to go and start attacking the right people, and that's Nigel Farage and them bastards.
Every single day, various different presenters did it. It wasn't just.
To be honest with you, the Green Party probably deserved winning it. I'm glad they won it over Reform, actually. I mean, I'm not glad they've won it, but I'm glad they won Reform. Oh, she's there, right, for Rupert Low, or I like her as well.
Monologues. So they do deserve some credit for covering it, but the people who deserve the most credit
is
are
Rupert Low,
who took part in Rupert's inquiry.
Yeah, and Rupert Low is the one that deserves the credit.
I was glad to see that there was some
And okay,
as well. So we
I'm not in his thing yet, but
and some various Conservative MPs at the time.
my face hasn't really been there yet because I'm, you know, I've got other things to do with like the little girl, so I can't put my face there quite yet.
And I think the BBC have been absolutely
well, I'll put my face there. I'm not really bothered about that as much, but I'm not in the front line of this yet. But I will be. I will be. Well, that's what I need to do now. I need to go and Rupert Low's thing and pay for that.
Now have the
that's what I'm going to do in a minute. Go on
BBC
there.
response into why
I want to put my money
refuse
into
to
Rupert Low.
cancel the rate.
I don't have any money. I'm very poor, but at the end of the day, I don't care if I starve for the week. I'm gonna put my money into Rupert Low. I'll be alright. Even if I starve for the week, I'll be alright. And put this is how much I trust Rupert Low, because I'm on no money every month. I get £300 a month to live on, right? And I am willing to give £50 of my money, even if I have to starve for a week, to support Rupert Low. I know it's not a lot of money, but it's a start. And you know, when people like me that haven't got money that are willing to do that should mean a lot.
Eid rapes, white girls targeted as religious celebration. NHS staff ignored 30
I'm not even qualified, I'm not a big school. I've been abused by the authority all my life. I got sexually abused when I was a child. I've got greened out by the authority. Mine's not really the Pakistani grooming gang part. Mine is being groomed as a prostitute onto Manchester city centre streets. So mine isn't actually one thing. Mine is to do with authority in the government. And I'm lucky that I never, ever, very lucky, Because everybody that I started being a prostitute with are all dead from crack and smack or whatever. I'm the only woman that's never been on that. I don't know how I've escaped from being on any of them type of drugs. I don't know. I mean, I might have a can of beer and I might smoke a spliff. I might smoke weed, but I don't take nothing else.
Some of ours here at Outspoken get fenced
And I don't
off
care
under
if
the
it,
Offline Safety
I
Act.
mean,
That's why I keep Surfshark VPN
I will
running.
stop
It keeps
doing
my
things,
browsing
but I
private,
need
helps
help.
me push
That's
back
why I
against
want
creepy
Rupert Low.
censorship, and lets me watch the news and
Because
shows
no
that
one
I
else is
pay
going to
for
help out
wherever
there.
I am, even if
No
I'm
one else
abroad
is going
and
to help
something
someone like
quietly
me out
vanishes
there.
from the UK library.
How can I
But
ask?
Surfshark isn't
How
just
can
a
I? It's
VPN,
like
it's a
me, yeah,
proper security
when
toolkit for
fucking
everyday
Keir Starmer
browsing.
came in, I
Clean
thought, how
up,
can I write
strips
to
out
number 10 now?
intrusive ads, aggressive
Knowing that
trackers,
he's a pedo.
malware
How can I
and
write to a
phishing
fucking
links, so pages are
paedophile
load cleaner
when I've
and
been
faster.
abused
If the VPN ever drops, kill
by
switch cuts your
pedos
internet instantly,
when I was
so
a
your
child?
real details don't
How would
leak.
I trust any
Need your
fucking
banking
pedo?
app to skip the VPN?
Never.
Bypasser handles that in just a couple of clicks. With 3,200 plus servers in over
And
100
anyone
countries,
votes for
you can
fucking
switch
Nigel
locations
Farage
in
now, they're
seconds, which is
voting for
great for
paedophile.
content and for stepping up enterprises. By the way,
Anyone
I've
want, do
actually
they want
had
to
cheaper
join a
flights that way,
pedo
believe it or
gang?
not.
Go join the
You
pedo
get that
gang
with
with
a
Nigel
device, just
Farage
so
and
one
Keir
plan
Starmer.
covers your
Because they're all
entire
in it together.
household.
The
If you
Green
want to
Party I
lock
watched
down
last
the data
night
to
about
defend
them.
your online
They're not going to say no. They're not going to say no to joining with Labour. So you know what's going to happen with that.
Use the code outspoken.
Yeah, I was going to say, mate, I don't know about this, but do you know what's going to happen with the Labour Party? That the Greens, Keir Starmer's jumping, he's going, and the Green Party are going to link back together with the Labour Party, right? And then what's going to happen, right? Because Conservatives are in the water, dead in the water. They're going to get rid of Kelly Badenoch, like they've already said. Right? They're going to get rid of Kelly Badenoch, and then, because Reform Party are now fucking up, yeah. Nigel Farage always jumps ship when the tough gets going and he's fucked up, he jumps the ship and leaves. Yeah, he always does. That's why he ran away from Brexit and all that, because he knew he fucked it up. So he left it and whatever else, and UKIP and everything else. Yeah, so he knows when when he fucked up, he jumped ship. So what Nigel Farage, what they're doing is they're going to get Kelly Badenoch gone. Right, now this is why they're doing this to Reform UK. This is why they're smearing themselves. Come on, why would they be smearing themselves so badly now in Reform? Yeah, I'll tell you why they're doing that. It's because once the Keir Starmer goes, the Green Party's gonna join back with Labour. Yep, this is all the plan of what they have to plan. This is what they've got planned. Yeah, and I've got what they've planned already. So I'm ready to smash the planning because I already know what they're doing. Now I do after watching what I've watched last night in bits and put it together and things like this. Green Party going with Labour. Kerry Badenoch's going to go. Yeah? From Conservatives. Although I quite like Kerry Badenoch. I don't know what they're all going on about with her because I kind of like her. She hasn't done anything to really upset me yet. So I can't call the name. I cannot be offensive to Kerry Badenoch because she's not done anything to upset me. Like Alex Phillips and all them, the dirty twats, and the rest of them, Tommy Robinson, Paul Thorne, fucking all of them, Richard Hillman, they can all just go in the bin. They're all traitors, they're all dirty white pieces of trash that keep going on and on, but they're never actually doing anything, any of them, because they're all cowards, they are not soldiers. They don't even know how to do a fucking commando crawl. Like my granddad used to say, if you can't do a commando crawl, you might as well leave. And he used to say that to us. So he used to say that to the boys. I've got cousins and things, and that's what he said to them, to toughen them. You don't do commando, I mean, when they were younger, kids or whatever, you can't commando crawl under there, you can't do anything, you might as well leave, good, you're not a soldier. They're not soldiers. They're cowards and weak. All of them. They join the pedo gangs, all of them. Yeah, join Nigel Farage, and they've all joined Keir Starmer. So, when Kelly Badenoch goes out of Conservatives, guess what's going to happen? Because they fucked up Reform. Yeah. So Nigel Farage is going to jump ship, and he's going to end up back in Conservatives. With all the people that is employed now into Reform, that are from Conservatives, they're going to all end up jumping ship and jumping into Conservatives again when Kelly Badenoch goes. And then we're going to be stuck again with the two-party fucking system Labour and Conservatives once a fucking again. Yep. So nothing then will ever get changed, or nothing will ever be done, because we'll still have Labour and we'll have Conservatives. That's what they're doing. That's why they're doing what they're doing. Well, I'm here now, and I realise that, and I'm here to smash that in. Because Nigel Farage can go down in history with Keir Starmer. He's going down with Poltergeist, with fucking King Charles, and the rest of them. And I hope to God, because I like William and Harry, they are British. I always think if they want to know what it's like to be British, they need to go and ask Prince Harry and Prince William, because they're not English, they're British. Yeah? So that's what it is to be British. What it means to be British is Prince Harry and Prince William, or King William, is British. They are British. Their inheritages, their family, their DNA will be British. It won't be English. My DNA will be 98% English. So that makes me English, not British. There is the difference. And this is why I'm saying to people, will they please stop saying British? Stop confusing the word. Let's please stick to English. Wales, Scotland and Ireland.
Pathetic and such a disgusting and kind of disturbing excuse, because it's almost like they don't know that everyone remembers that they weren't afraid to splash the cash to rebuild that Eric Gill statue outside the headquarters, and considering that most of the stories that they're avoiding to cover involve sexual abuse scandals, particularly of children. I think it's
why don't they want to cover it? Because Nigel's a pedo.
Of the BBC, which we've all known for ages. I mean, the
BBC never want to cover it because they're pedos. Keir Starmer doesn't want to cover the grooming gangs. Labour don't want to cover the grooming gangs because part of Labour are in there. And now Nigel Farage doesn't want to cover the grooming gangs or any pedos because he's a fucking pedo. Ha! Got him.
Defend pedophiles, and they
pedophiles, pedophiles, like they are. And I've been saying this all this time.
They're actually harboured some of Britain's worst ever paedophiles.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy Savile operating in plain sight.
And I reckon Nigel Farage will probably be involved with that as well.
Hugh Edwards.
How do we know?
Operating within plain sight.
Nigel Farage.
Please.
Very quickly, I find
cozying up
what they put. You know, to somehow compare the rapes of thousands of young girls to covering the Winter Olympics. I'm sorry, whoever wrote that press release should be fired. Absolutely disgraceful.
Should be held accountable. Yeah, like Alex Phillips, mate.
Totally.
And
the other
Nigel
thing
Farage.
I think that is going to be difficulty, though, for all of the media in the mainstream, including on the right, is how do they deal with the rise of Restore Britain? How long can they keep on ignoring Restore Britain?
Not for long.
Especially given there's this news
Not for long.
that Ant Middleton has now held talks with Rupert Low.
And I hope he joins. We need you, Ant
will be his
Middleton.
next career for the rest of his
We
life.
need you, you're a soldier,
he
mate.
is absolutely
Please
determined
come
to
and be the
run
soldier
as
we
the
need.
Mayor of London. This is what he
Please
told
come
me
and be the soldier that
very
we need to train
recently
people
on
back up
Outspoken.
for our army, mate. We need him. No, I hope so, because he's a
Mayor
good guy
of
and he's
London.
a soldier.
You're confident about this,
And
aren't
we
you? You're
need
serious
soldiers like
about this
him.
too.
We
Do you know
need
what,
them.
Dan? I
I
think
want
it's
proper
so
soldiers,
needed.
mate. We
If
don't
I
want
would've said
dickheads. We
5-6
don't
years
want
ago that I was running
people
for
that
mayor of London,
fall
that
on the first
shut
hurdle.
and go back to your
If we're going
TV
to
work,
war.
you know, go back to your sort of team building, team bonding, your
Yeah.
motivational stuff.
You know how he knows how
but
to
the
build a
time
team.
right now,
The
the
right
layout of the
team,
land,
mate.
you know, we have a
I want
severe
him to be
identity
back.
crisis,
We need
severe
good
cultural
people right by Rupert
crisis,
Low.
and a severe
Maybe he
law
could
and
be
order
Rupert Low's
crisis.
bodyguard.
And when it comes to culture,
I don't know if he's a bodyguard
which
as
is
such,
Christian
but he needs a bodyguard.
British
He needs to be
values,
protected.
morals, principles, you know, which again is our rich history.
Me personally,
I'm
I
proud
think
of
we
that.
need
We
someone
need to bring
from
that back
America
to the
to do the
forefront.
protecting
And also
from Mr.
safety and
Rupert Low.
security. when
I've got to
special
say
forces
security. I
operator,
think we need
I
them
know everything
professional
there needs,
people.
that I need to know, that needs to be
Professional.
known about safety and
But
security.
I was going to say,
And you look at the state of London, that
for
clip you just showed
security for Rupert
of
Low.
London, that's happening on a
Because
daily
it's
basis.
not on,
This
man.
is, you know,
It's
someone
not
that's
on.
just got their phone.
It's not on
even
them
making
doing
the
an
mainstream
innocent
news
man.
anymore because it's so
I'm
common.
not
And
having
it's
no
just
Muslims,
absolutely
radicalised
saddening
people
to
touching
watch
Rupert Low.
this
I hope
happen
they
in
don't.
our crown jewel, our capital city of
Because
England.
he's innocent. He's
So
not
someone's got
smeared
to be done. I
anyone.
think with the layout of the land as it is right
I'm going
now,
to say we're laying out the lands, the law of the land. And if people don't think that's right, then they're in the wrong.
Safety and security above all.
I mean, Lee,
Safety
I
and
think
security.
of
Thank you, mate. It's
signs
meant
for
for that.
Restore
That's good,
Britain.
that.
It's game on, isn't it? Given
Yeah.
that Reform UK's mayoral
Yeah,
candidate,
because he
Lady
was going to
Cunningham,
vote
has
with
had,
them,
I would
wasn't
argue, a pretty disastrous couple of weeks.
he? He was going to go with them, and I'm glad he's changed his mind. I am so glad, mate. Because if you go with them, you go in the pedo gangs. Anybody that goes with them are in the pedo gang. They're covering up now for the grooming gangs. They're on Keir Starmer's side by covering up for grooming gangs. So now they're in the pedo
He really
gangs.
wanted to do this as an independent. And not
I hope he
necessarily
joins
be
with
a
Rupert
Yes,
Low.
that to me too.
There's no point
party,
everybody
yeah,
being
and
independent. We
also
need to be,
I don't think
well,
the impression I get, I
independent,
don't know
but
Ant,
on
I've met him very briefly
the
at the
side.
United Kingdom rally, but the
I
impression I
need
get
him
of him is that
independent,
he
but on the side with Rupert
maybe he's a
Low.
little bit like me, he
Independent
kind of
as a
believes that we're all on
soldier,
the same team,
because we
roughly
needed to
pointing
train
in the
soldiers
same
up. And I do
direction.
like Tommy, and he has
He's
been
had
to Tommy Robson,
a
and
meeting
everything.
with
I
Nigel
mean,
Farage very recently.
it's a
Yeah,
shame.
he doesn't
It's
attack
a shame that I'm
Reform
having to
UK,
say what I'm
even
saying
though
about the
Yeah.
people.
I kind of
Nigel
get
Farage
that.
is a
You know, where
pedo.
I sit on this whole reform restore thing, I
I
love
see it
Restore,
right
I
through
love
him now. I
Rupert
see
Low.
right through his face. I see he's a pedo.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried about potential vote splitting, but
Dirty
I just
old
don't think we're
bastard,
anywhere
man.
near worrying about vote splitting at this stage of Restore's progress of where they are.
Once when I seen Nigel Farage in a shirt
toes and keeps him
in
keeps him
somewhere, it
clean,
looked like he's in a
as it were,
hotel. It looked like
is
he'd
a
had
good
a fucking
thing. And
hooker,
I have
prostitute,
no
and
problem with
escort.
that. I do
Half
have
of his shirt
maybe
undone,
slight
smoking
problem
a
with
cigarette.
the
Whatever.
infighting, which
Looked
we
like
also,
he'd been
I think,
shagging a
probably
hooker,
all agree
right,
with
man.
that. It's not been great. It
Because that's
has
what he
been
is.
very much on both sides. I've been called all
You
kinds
can't go
of names.
free me. I'm a prostitute
I'm
all my
not
life.
massively
That type of people
pro-reform. I'm
can't
not
get free
massively
prostitutes like
pro-restore.
me.
My loyalty
Because
lies with this country.
I know
I
what
get
they
that very
are.
sense
I know who they
from
are.
Ant as well, that his
Yep.
loyalty just is
I know
deeply
who
lies
them
with
dirty
England,
men are that
keeping
go
us
to a
all safe.
brothel.
And my God,
Because
we
Wood's
could do with a mayor of
54.
London
And I'm
like
not ashamed to
Ant
say
Middleton.
it.
Oh, totally. I think he's
I'm not
absolutely
ashamed
the man
anymore.
for the job.
They
Ellie,
should be
what do you
ashamed of
think
themselves.
about Ant potentially going with
I've changed my
Restore?
life.
Well,
I
I
don't
think
work in
I think that
brothels
he'd be
anymore or
a
anything.
fantastic
I've
mayor.
changed
I
my
think
life.
he's
I'm
exactly
not a crackhead.
what
I'm not a
politics
smackhead.
needs
I've
in
never
general.
been
I
on
mean, I
anything
think
like
he has
that.
exactly the right kind of strong,
So
no
someone like me
bullcrap,
deserves a chance as
mindset
well.
that we need at the moment, definitely in
And I deserve a
Parliament.
chance.
However, I
And
do
I
think that it
deserve, we
should be
deserve
as an
Rupert
independent,
Low,
as I kind of
and we
alluded to
deserve
earlier.
people
Party
like Andy
politics
Dunn.
is
I
just
hope he
getting
does.
very,
Because we
very
need
boring,
him
very
to be
repetitive, very
the
bitter.
person that training
And
proper
it seems to
people
be
up to
that
be the army.
not only is
We
the
need people that
infighting
train people to be
accelerating,
the army.
but it's getting worse to the point now where we can't even
No
pull
wokeness,
ourselves
no
together
bullshit.
in time for
They
an
were
election.
trained for
It
the
feels
army.
that
I
way,
used
at
to
least
train
because
like my
everyone's still
granddad.
bickering.
Backpack,
So I
10
do
mile
think
run,
that it would be better for
backpack,
him to go as an
10
independent.
squats,
Because I mean, I
all
started
sorts.
out if
Yep,
the
they will
answer
do a
is really
commando
in
crawl.
the Houses of Parliament
If they don't do
now
commando
anyway.
crawl,
I
they
mean,
can't get in the army.
we've just kind of found out, I mean, with the Epstein files,
Okay,
we just kind of found
I'm
out
a
that all
soldier.
conspiracy theories
Okay,
are
I'm
right
not
and the world
a
is in fact
physical
run
soldier
by
with a
satanic
gun,
pedophiles,
but I'm
and
a
we're all just
soldier
still,
in the other
just
way
getting up and going
as
to
a
work and
woman.
going about
Yep,
our day and everything, and just all our taxes still going to these people.
I'll
And
go into
it's
paedophiles like
been
Nigel
driving me a
Farage.
bit like it's weird.
Yep.
It's weird to be in this kind of
Yep.
political scape that we're in right now, because it's not just it's a spiritual and moral one as well.
Spiritual.
What's
My
happening in
granddad,
our
yeah.
country, the destabilization, the demoralization of our country. I mean, if you actually look at the
Spiritual
communist
one, and Rupert Low
destabilization
is
tactics of our
God.
country, that's
He's the
exactly what we're
spirit.
going
He's got
through.
God's spirit
So
into
it
him.
does make me
God
wonder whether
has
the
put
answer
his spirit
is in
into
party politics
Rupert
at
Low.
all. And I think that
Yeah,
maybe
he's
all
come
of
and
this
put his
infighting
spirit
is
into
eventually
Rupert
going
Low.
to lead
But
out
God's
and maybe
not done
play
that for a
into
very
the
long
hands
time. God does not
of
put his spirit into
broader
anyone for a very
parties,
long
which will
time.
then play
A
into,
very, very
you
long
know,
time.
perhaps
God's
like
not come. He put
where
a spirit
one
into
party
anyone.
governments with no
And I
opposition,
feel
one
that
world
God
governments,
is
and that
in
sort of thing.
Rupert
But I
Low.
suppose it depends how far
I
down the
do.
rabbit hole
I
you
know
go.
he's not God, but I feel like
But
God has put
it
his
definitely is
spirit,
something that
his
that is just
himself
getting a
into
bit.
Rupert Low
It's getting a bit messy
to
now, and
fight
I think
this.
we really need to just
We need
pull
to
ourselves
put God at the
together
forefront.
and
God
stop
needs
all
to come
the
back to the
stop all
forefront.
the
Jesus
bickering,
and
stop
God
focusing on the two
needs to come
things
to
that
the
you don't
forefront.
agree on, and start looking at the 8, 12, 10, 15 things that you do agree on, so we can just get our country back to a stable state, and then everyone can start worrying about all the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, that's what I've said.
Dan's
Thank
now
you.
spoken is your no
People
spin, no
calling
bias,
people
no censorship
racist and
outlet
people
for
all these
independent
things
news. We have
is
no
not
big
doing
tech
any
backing or
favours for
billionaires
anyone.
pulling my
No, it's not
strings,
doing any
but
favours.
that
It's,
does mean
it's just
I'm yours.
antagonising
So
things.
please
What
hit
I said,
subscribe
it's
on
like when
YouTube.
you went to
Turn
the
on
mosque
notifications
reform
and subscribe to Dan
in
the Chat.
Birmingham. Why did that guy, that UCGC, send that fucking poor guy, poor Muslim man, to the mosque in Birmingham to go and antagonise things? They've got to antagonise things all the time, these mother bastards. Yeah, and I'm not having it. Not having it, Richard. Go fuck yourself. Don't care. There's God, there's Jesus. They keep saying Jesus and God. Well, there he is. I think they need to take fucking note and stop being a bunch of bastards. This is my family. My granddad's. My family. New Zealand, first Catholic people. They need to stop lying. Will they? Stop lying. I hope they stop lying. First Catholic settlers in New Zealand. My family, my granddad owned a racing horse. Treaty from my granddad. From the war. That's me Uncle Ken. There's my granddad. And how dare them try and put my granddad down. Shame on Richard. Shame on Paul Thorne. I thought they were better than that. That's my dad. That's Thomas Poynton. Boynton brothers. There we have it. This is how old my family go back. A long, long time. There's a church. There's dear Matthew Poynton. Can't see that one, so it's a bit blurry. There's the church that we own. The Poynton books from Yorkshire. This is my family and my ancestors coming through to me to help me to go to Robert Burns Castle. Yep. And they're helping Rupert Low. That's what we owned. King Henry. There's my special coins that I've found. That's me and my granddad and my little boy, Luke. More books about them from Yorkshire to go into America. Notable figures, thank you very much. And how can they think that they will win? Mary and Thomas Poynton. Mary Poynton, Thomas Poynton. Yep. Now, how can they think that they're going to win? They won't win. They've lost. Now they might as well fucking leave. All of them. Get out. Get out and fuck off for themselves.
Sound of wind howling, then a sharp, unexpected sound, maybe a clang of metal or a sudden, loud breath. Caroline, asterisk, asterisk, voice urgent with a raw edge.
I'm
right.
going.
So, I'm not asking anymore.
I'm demanding.
demanding. Me and my sister, Natalie, we're going to Burns Castle for refuge. And if they don't like it,
I
well,
keep putting it all
Scott is
together.
right.
Yep.
Beat of silence, then a shift in tone.
Just so people
more
understand
conversational,
exactly
but
what
still
I'm saying.
intense. You know, life's thrown us some
Who the
curveballs.
fuck do they think
More
they
like
are?
boulders. Since I was a kid, it's just been one thing after another. Neglect, abuse, you name it. And justice? Compensation?
Zero.
Never saw a penny. And now, Natalie and I, we're not exactly in the pink. Natalie's, you know, she's massive. 24 and a half stone. Just had a brain tumor out, bless her. And this
Yeah, just keep putting it all together.
it's in the family. They promised her weight loss jabs.
Keir Starmer might give me a medal
Now,
for getting
nah,
fucking
not
pedo for Arch.
comparable. Lies, the lot of it. My place,
I know.
it's a dump. No hot water, no heating for
Keir
months.
Starmer.
Natalie's
They make
is too
him
small,
look like a
even
fucking
for her.
angel.
Needs a carer, but where? My place is too
And I
small.
can't believe Tommy
Hers is
Robinson
too
and that
small.
Richard
We
Hillman
need
turning on
space.
Rupert
Slight
Low after
pause.
what
Aside.
Nigel Farage
It's
said
like
about
the
Tommy
system's
Robinson.
just been out to get us. Corrupted records.
After them
they
calling
say,
Tommy
to
Robinson
stop
that
us
lot and all
getting
that,
what we're
how can
owed.
they stick
Raped,
with anything
trafficked
else?
at 13, called a prostitute. Just
So what they're
constantly
talking about,
undermined. Natalie's kids
don't think they know
gone
anymore, do they?
because
Because
of
they're
her
just fucking
husband,
stupid.
Tony.
They've lost the
Child
plot, they ain't the
and
right people.
I think she's being abused by him too. His mess, her brain tumor, her mental health, them. Kids taken. My own daughter, wrongly adopted at 2. Haven't heard of heaps since. And family? Social services apparently lied about us having any. I met my granddad, Rupert Poynton, at 24.
So it spells it
Saw
wrongly.
my dad in his coffin. Voice picks up pace.
P-O-Y-N-T-O-N. I don't know why it can't spell AI.
So yeah, solicitors, citizens' advice, ignored. My PIP money,
Stopped.
So,
Ignored.
where we go? Burns Castle, Scotland. Why? My granddad, Frederick. He's talking to me from the other side, and is spoken to Robert Burns himself. Yep, Robert Burns. Apparently, he's given us permission. Sanctuary.
Because Robert Burns was quite a good man.
3
as well.
grand, maybe? That's the deposit.
Poet.
6 months to a year. Just to breathe. Voice becomes more animated, painting a picture.
And he's
this
on Rupert
castle,
Low's side,
it's a
Robert Burns as well.
16th century
Robert Burns, he's on
tower
Rupert Low's side
Red
with my
stone,
family.
pink wash,
My granddad's with
7
Rupert Low on
bedrooms,
this.
5 bathrooms.
God's with Rupert
Sleep
Low.
16, 10 acres
God's
of
gone
woodland,
within Rupert Low. He's
streams,
put his,
rivers,
he's the spirit
Wi-Fi,
into
heating,
Rupert Low.
the works. Space for Natalie to get better. Space for us to finally get the mental
And
health
anybody
treatment
messes
we've
with
been
God,
denied our whole lives.
they shut the door on
Space
God
for a live-in
completely, and they
carer.
do know the devil.
Space for, well,
Will come
for the
and get
kids to
them.
maybe come home.
Because God can't
Tone
protect you when you
shift
shut the
to
door
firm
on God.
demand. I'm writing to the National Trust. They
From
own
the
it,
devil,
telling them our
from evil.
situation. Health needs, crap
God
housing,
can only
the
protect
abuse,
them
the
that
lost
don't
kids.
shut the door on God
They
and
owe
don't
us.
bring the devil
They should fund
in.
us. My back pays the
If you bring the
deposit.
devil in,
I'm
you
not
don't
asking.
get protected by
I'm
God.
demanding sanctuary. If they don't play ball,
When the devil
swallow
starts
rights.
creeping in slowly, you
Tommy
can't get away.
Robinson's team.
It'll
Red
trap you
flag.
like a spider.
We'll make our voices heard.
And I'm a
This is
female
about my
spider,
daughter,
so that
Natalie's
gives me the
kids.
right to chop the heads
Justice.
off and eat them.
Systemic change. A moment
Well,
of
not quite
reflection.
eat them, but
Softer
yeah.
but resolute.
As a female
It's a heavy
spider, you
burden,
eat the male,
this
don't
life. But we deserve safety. We deserve
So,
a family life.
I've got right as
We
a
deserve
female
to be
chop their heads
heard.
off.
This fight, it's
If
for
they
my
carry on.
granddad's legacy too. Burns Castle. It's not a dream.
I
It's
thought they were men,
reality.
English
Our
men,
reality.
proper English
Sound
people.
of a single
But
clear
they're
bell
obviously worse than
chime,
the
then
Muslims.
silence.
They're proving themselves that they're actually traitors. They just are proving that they're traiting the country. For what? My name is Caroline Poynton, and I'm recording 9 Poynton. Why don't it fucking spell my name right? That's my name.
I'll tell you what.
It doesn't spell it right.
Paul Fawn and Richard Hillman.
Paul Fawn.
Right? How can they call anybody or do anything, call Rupert Low or anybody else after? Has everybody not learnt the lesson of after all these lines and everything? With what they've already been through, with Tommy Robinson going to jail, with what they've already been through with the freaking grooming gangs, what we've already been through with Starmer. And now we have, as we already know, as they already all know, Paul Fawn and that, they've been calling Nigel Farage, right? And now they're calling someone else. They're saying that it's okay for a bot to have got attacked. Who the fucking hell do they think they are, Paul Fawn, Richard Hillman? And I tell you what, right, Tommy Robinson, who's he fucking think he is? If he's so Israel's ass, I'll tell you what I'll do as an English woman. That has a right. I have a right. He's half Irish, quarter Irish. I'm the English person over 1,000 years of ancestry. I'm not British. Paul Fawn. I am fully English, and as a full English woman, that's been through this bastard system more than they'll ever know. Right.
been abused by the system all my life. And Tommy Robson does that. Right, a fatwa on his head. Oh, so he wants to put that upon somebody else's head because he's got one on his head. Well, I'll fucking tell you what, Tommy Robson. Stay where the fuck he is. Don't ever him come back to England. Because I tell you what, I'm putting a fatwa on Tommy Robinson's head because I'll tell you what I'll do as an English woman. Because he's traitoring our country. If he carries on traitoring the country and traitoring Rupert Low and traitoring the people that are signing with Rupert Low store, because I am, and I'm in Bury, Manchester.
Bury.
Don't give a fuck, I'll chop his fucking head off. Fatwa, he's got fatwa from an English lady called Caroline Poynton. If he thinks he can trade to the country, we'll go back to over 500 years when we can hunger quarter people for traitors. Treason they are. Treasoning, traitoring bastards. And Richard Hillman, stay fucking Northern Ireland. Keep your fucking nose out. You don't even belong in England. He belongs in Northern Ireland, so he can fuck off. Northern Irish bigots. You stay in fucking Spain. Because, mate, I tell you what, you them Spain are going to have fatwas upon their heads. From an English lady that'll show the Muslims, jihads and whoever they are, how to do a proper fucking job of chopping someone's head off. I can't believe it. And I've supported them all this time. People have supported Paul Farr and Richard Hillman and Tommy Robertson. Shame on them for doing this to Rupert Low and thinking it was alright. Oh, Tommy Robinson doesn't want a fatwa on his head. Tommy Robinson has not took a kicking it off the Muslims, has he? Right? But it's okay for young Bob to do that. And it's alright for some young boy to take kicking off anyone. Don't matter if they didn't kick him hard or they kicked him hard. Okay, it might not have been as serious as it could have been, but what if somebody did stab Bob? And what if it was serious? Give themselves a round of applause, will they? Paul Farr. You're a traitor, mate. Stay fucking Spain. And when I seen you with a cigarette before, mate, you're a disgusting disgrace to smoke on live on YouTube doing that. I smoke. So what, you're going to call me a hypocrite? And then you're calling me a Nazi? Traiting bastards. After them just got called Nazis off Nigel Farage and all that. So now they think it's okay to go around calling someone a fucking Nazi. Well, the only fucking Nazis about is themselves. Because they're the only ones that are sticking up for Hitler.
Pedos.
And if they're that bothered about Israel, then go fucking live in Israel and do not come to the UK. I don't care if you're English or whatever you are. If you're English, then we deserve to chop your head off for being a traitor. Any English person that carries this on, they get their head chopped off.
It was a response to what was essentially
They're going in the pedo gang because they're obviously on the side of the pedos.
Richard Hillman had
Pedo gangs. They're going in the side platform with the pedos and all of them.
Shut.
How can they call Keir Starmer or anything? How can any of these call Keir Starmer or anything? The fucking thing, yeah, really. Keir Starmer's right. Maybe we have to keep Keir Starmer in and just fuck all this everybody else off. There's only Rupert Low.
I don't know what the reason for this is. I'm hoping to find out.
And do you know what? There's only Rupert Low, that Keir Starmer's that actually fucking going for.
I'm assuming it's advanced UK, so unless
I'm telling you now, there's only Rupert Low, that Keir Starmer's that actually going for.
Not going for.
In a nasty bad way. Obviously not going for because of what he wants to keep doing it. But what I'm saying,
now, in the previous video,
he's only doing it politically to Rupert Low, he ain't doing it nastily. With Nigel Farage and that, he can't stand it. He can't stand Tommy Robinson. Now this is why people are worse. Some people are telling the truth about Tommy Robinson, aren't they?
It's the answer, but that's a different video.
And every time, mate, that Tommy Robinson has been slated, I tried to put something in saying, no, it can't be. It can't be. He's not that at all. He's not that at all.
And then at the end,
but people have backed him up.
This video
No more
to
backing him up.
suppress
No more feeling
only
sorry
this.
for him for being in jail. He deserves everything he's got.
Thought the so-called Green Party should have set off the nation's fire. In fact,
Oh mate, I don't give a fuck, you crazy bastard.
should have received this morning one of those government
Run and run.
text
She's
messages.
brilliant.
You know the ones that
Like I said, you got me scared of English people, ain't you, Rupert Low? An Englishman. A fucking Englishman that's uncorrupted. Rupert Low is the most perfectly uncorrupted in all this fucking country. I don't give a fuck about Gaza and Israel. I don't care, mate. I don't care.
We must congratulate the Islamic community for the lesson that
I don't care what they're doing.
and ignorant.
I don't want to congratulate anyone. The only person I'm congratulating is Rupert Low, you twat. Can't even stand you no more, Paul.
I don't think that was primarily.
No, I can't stand him, mate, now. I can see it.
Jumped on a bandwagon, but I think the door was held open for them. I don't think this was an accident.
This was a lesson in unity.
No, you need a lesson, mate, and you need your head chopping off. And you need to know where you're going. Don't come back. Yeah, mate, well, I don't want him back in any time to stay away fucking Spain. Far away from England as you possibly can. Don't come on YouTube ever again. Don't have a right.
Could even be bothered.
No, you won't be bothered, mate.
From which community those people will have come from.
No, you can't be bothered.